Hey there, it's LJ, and in this video we're going to check out some of the toys that I like to pack, and I'm going to show you I have this certain way of packing them so that I can get in and out quickly and so that I can find the exact right toys that I want for the right moment. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, here's what you're going to need to start to pack them up the way that I like to. Little bags, which I like to buy the Disney characters. You can usually get these on Amazon or you can get them at Target, places like that. And then a big bag. And I like the slider ones because I've learned that I am willing to spend the money because it makes it easy. And a Sharpie so that you can label everything. Then I just start with two to start with, plain/sit down. So that's anything that they can use while we're sitting. So things that might have small parts are still going to be okay for this one. Then good for lines, and that's only going to be stuff that they can actually use while they're standing up. Usually it doesn't have small pieces, or like if I have a way of dealing with the small pieces, like I sometimes will do like little beaded necklaces. That can really keep my kids busy. Beaded necklaces can like go all day. So I will sometimes have like a little bag that has those, and I'll still put those in the good for lines bag. You could also label these with the days of your trip, like depending, if you want to make sure that you're having enough, like this could be plane/arrival day, then you could have like day 1, day 2, day 3, whatever you wanted to do. But this is a shorter trip that I'm getting ready for. It's only 4 nights. So I'm not really worried about having too little. I actually think I have too much. So I'm just gonna start with that and then I'll show you the next step. It's a one-on-one trip with my son and he's 10. So he's getting older and it's getting harder for me to find stuff that like really thrills him. So I resorted to candy a lot. I don't usually like to do that, but let's dive in. Okay, let's talk about the candy first, and you can see right away that it's right around Christmas when I'm filming this, so I love to go to like the little areas that are like $1 gifts or like under $10 gifts, and that's where you'll find most of this type of stuff. So I do try to get things that are like things that he wouldn't have all the time. So like look at that tiny Nutella. I thought it was so cute, like I wanted to eat it myself. I'm gonna have to look for like some pretzels or breadsticks for him to dip in that, but I think he'll love it. Twizzlers, but they're the holiday kind, like so they're different colors. I just try to get things that are like a little bit different than what he sees every day. We all know we love these. Jelly beans, but they're the Jelly Bellies and they're the kids mix, so I thought they would be really good. And then last year he had one of these and Cyrus actually ate it, so it was like, oh good, I found a replacement. So I know he'll think that's cool. So that's the candy. These are the things that I had pulled out that are really only good for when you're sitting down. So these are kinetic sand, and there were 3 different colors for the holidays. And so I bought each one of them. They were like $1 each. So if they get ruined or whatever, like that stuff tends to do, I totally don't care. So I'm probably going to put this like in the plain bag, but we'll see. Okay, let's look at everything a little bit more. This is a game, I've had this for a long time. I actually bought it on clearance. It was such a good deal. But it's a game that we like to play together. And you have to like stack the dogs a certain way, and it's hard, and he really does need, like, I need help with it. Like, it's a team effort. So this is a game that I feel like always makes the cut whenever it's going to be me and Seth, because I know we're going to have a good time with it. Okay, I just found these and I'm super excited about them. They were kind of expensive. They were like, I want to say $5 each, but I bought them because they look so cool, and I kept the receipt just in case I open the first one and they're not. But looking at it, it looks like this bus one, like you use the cards to build roads and like find ways to go. And I did notice that you need to print the directions, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to put them inside the bag. So that each one is like a little different and has like a different goal. And I feel like we'll figure out whether we have to set the cards down or not. This one looks like you do, so this one will be good only for sitting. But if you don't have to set the cards down, then we can easily do these in line. So I'm going to start with putting these in the sit-down bag, but then we'll discover whether we can use those later on in the trip in line. Okay, I'm a huge fan of this brand, The World's Smallest, because one of the major things I'm looking for is like size. I want this to easily fit inside my park bag. And this is a miniature Lite-Brite, and it has like the pegs and has the little cards, just like I had when I was a little girl. And this brand, The World's Smallest, they make such neat things, and they are always like, they actually do what they're supposed to do. So I'm gonna have to look and see if I need batteries, but like this is the time for all that. I also probably cut this plastic so that we're not fooling with it when we are on the airplane. So I'm really excited about this. He has never seen a Lite-Brite, so I think he's going to really like it. And he's pretty artistic, so I think he's going to like it. Okay, now let me show you these cards. These cards are actually mine, and I very rarely let my children play with them. And that's because they're antiques. I got them off of eBay, and they're so cool. I never had them when I was a kid, but Mike had them when he was a kid, and he told me about them, and I'm like, I need to own those. So I keep them special, and it's really like a big deal when I let them play with them. So the big car opens, and there's a baby car that goes with it. And every single one has like their own baby car inside of it. And so it's super fun to just have 2 or 3 in my pocket, and then I can give him like 3 cars turns into 6. And then I'm not, with Seth, I'm not super worried about him losing them. I always have this little bag for him to use while he's playing with them, so that if he wants to set one aside, he has a place for it, so it's not going to get misplaced. Now let's talk about the things that you don't have to be sitting down for. So these are the things that I was thinking were going to be really good for inline, and we'll go over each one. Okay, of course you recognize this. This is one of those necklaces that they sell at Disney for like $20. It was marked $9.99, and then of course they were having a 50% off sale because it's Kohl's at the holidays. So I think they were like $5 plus a 20% off coupon, so that brought it down to like $3. I like them. I think it's going to be super fun for him. He always likes it. Slinky, my son, if he give him a good Slinky, he can like keep himself busy for like, you won't see him again. That's a really good one for inline. It is a little heavy though, you gotta be ready for that. Okay, remember the world's smallest? This is another one of those. Remember the world's smallest? This is another one of those. And this one is like a little maze where you have to make the ball go a certain place, and then you're gonna like, sorry, you can't see. You're gonna be like turning it around like this, making the ball go where you want it. I can actually keep myself busy with this for a long time, so this is a really good buy. The world's smallest also has a small ball that's about this big, that's like this, and I really like that one as well. We have it somewhere, but couldn't find it for the video. This is a Play-Doh guy, but he has like his little molds right on him so that you can turn him into a snowman. And I knew Seth would be, he's a pretty innocent 10-year-old. I knew he would really enjoy that. Like, to be honest, I would do it as well. This is a cool game. I actually found it at the secondhand store for $1. And it's like you're trying to get the colors to match up. And he loves stuff like this. It's something that we can like work on together. So that was a no-brainer. This is another kind of like fidget thing, like just to play with it, pull the little cords and stuff like that. It's really perfect for just keeping the hands busy. So, and also, I didn't know they had these anymore. Like, I haven't seen them in a long time since I was a kid, so I was like, yeah. And this game looks super cool, and it was on sale, but it's something about, like, how you move the pieces. And this is the kind of thing that goes really good for me and Seth, like, because we can play together, and that's what makes it special, is that he has my attention, and we're able to do things together. In that same vein of, like, puzzles and working together, these are 2 Usborne books that I can really get behind, and there's a third one called Pencil and Paper Games that is about the same size, and it's really fun because it's a lot more of like just games and keeping busy, whereas this stuff is kind of focused on learning. So I feel like these are great because there's so much good stuff in them, and I can also, like, especially the pencil and paper games, I'll pull out a sheet that I think will be good for us, and I'll just have that in my back pocket for like a crazy moment that I really wasn't planning on keeping him busy, and then I'll have it there. All you need is that piece of paper and a pencil. So these are really fun, and all of Usborne's like keep busy books are really good, and they're perforated, so you can tear out super easily and carry it with you. Or if you have more than one kid to keep busy, you can hand out pages and just have them look at those. So these are really good. They have small sticker books that are really good for the younger set. Even Seth likes to do the sticker books because they're super good. There's a couple more Usborne books that I really like. This one's super fun. It has like a little pad for you to take the cover off and like do thumbprint, and it's just so fun. Like, you want to do it. I want to do it. And then you do your thumbprint and then you turn it into like all these little guys. Super cute and so fun. And then I just keep a wet wipe to just wash their fingertips off. Astronaut sticker book, so it'll be like all the scenes, and then the stickers will correspond with the right page. So it's really fun, especially for older kids. My little boys just stick them wherever they want. There are Usborne sticker books that are just like stick things wherever you want for the little kids, and I do have some of those, but these are the smaller versions of the ones that have like a spot. So you find the scene and then find the stickers, and I'll just like cut those out for them so that they just have the stickers on the scene in front of them, and that works really well. Then my next step is to start looking at what I might need to like get ready, because I don't want to be on the plane trying to open this, right? So anything like these little guys needed the directions we talked about. These need cut open. I'm gonna look at the back of this and see if it needs open. But anything that needs open beforehand is the next thing that I do. So I've got the Lite-Brite open, and I just tossed the packaging. Also bonus, if you never give your kids stuff that's in packaging, they don't come to expect like new things are in packaging and used things are not. So I just turn the light on, make sure that the battery's working, and make sure that everything's there, and then I'm just gonna put it inside this Lightning McQueen bag so that everything that he needs is all in one little pouch. That baby is all set and ready to go. That's like such a good thing for him to play with. He's gonna love it. And I put the little paper in there because the world's smallest has these little papers that have all their stuff, and we love looking at them together, so I put it in there too. Went through and I got everything ready. Like I got this out, I unhooked this from the back, I unwrapped the snowman, and I looked up the directions for the games and printed those out. These two, they also all have video instructions I happen to see online, so I'm gonna try, like now I know that, and I make a note mentally like that a video would be a lot easier than this. So I'm gonna try to bring these out sooner while we still have Wi-Fi before we're on the plane and don't have Wi-Fi. So that's why the prep work is so good, because that'll save like so much time and even reading all this. And another thing that I'll do is I'll read through the directions, because it's so much easier for me to understand what's going on now versus like we're in an airplane, I'm holding the baby. And now I just read this one and it's like tic-tac-toe, but with all the colors and like, so I'm psyched to play this with him. This is gonna be a really good one. So if you guys wanna buy this one too, this is the brand right there, Go Trio. And I got it at Target and it was on sale for like, I wanna say like $2 or $3. So I will probably, another thing that I've learned is that like in all likelihood, this little piece of paper is gonna get lost. This piece right here in the middle really explains it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this out, and I'm just gonna tape it to the back right here so that we always have the directions in case we're playing like later and we don't remember how to play. So I just used some double-sided tape to stick the whole thing on, because when I started reading it, there's like different rules for 2 or 3 players, and there's like an extreme version, and I was just thinking like, we're gonna get into it. So I'll put the whole rules there so that we don't have to argue about it. Okay, everything is all packed up now, and in this case I have 4 little bags. So I have one for when we're in lines, which we don't wait in lines that much, but sometimes. One for while we're sitting, so it's like Lite-Brite, the cards, like the dog game, and the little cards that I don't want them to lose. Candy, which is super good to have on hand for blood sugar issues, and then the books. And I put a little new pack of colored pencils in there, and I just wanted to tell you guys, like, do not underestimate the power of newness. Like that, like new colored pencils or new markers, things like that always excite my kids a lot. And then this I really want for our first day at Magic Kingdom, so I'm going to keep it separately so that I know right where it is. Now, how I'll pack this is, I'll do one bag. We're flying Southwest, so I really don't have any like problems with packing. Like I can pack whatever I want because they allow so much. So I'll probably do one bag. I'll probably take this and this one for the plane. And then these will be in my carry-on bag or my checked bag. I might even take this one. It just depends. We don't have that long of a flight, so we really don't need everything, but I like to have it, so I might just bring it. And I also wanted to say, this looks very, very different because Seth is 10. Like with my little boys, like it's a lot of like little guys, and like this is one thing that I always do is I'll buy a big pack of, what are these called? Party Favors. And then I will break it down and I'll put it into a little bag like this, where I have each bag. Let me go over a little bit so you can see what they're back. So each bag will have like one of the things from the Party Favor. So I can just hand whoever this little bag and keep them busy for, you know, hand this one, and this has Jessie on it, so I might give this to Ezra, but I don't, you know, I'm not really sexist about it or whatever, but, so each bag has like a different character. They can put they can play with it, they can put them back in the little bag, and these are the snack size bags. So I do really like these as well for the small stuff for the littler kids. Because you can see, like, that's a really cool thing for your mom to hand you to keep you busy. Isn't that? Like, what if you were sitting there? Now, this has a little bit of annoying stuff in it, like that whistle, and then that disc is going to get thrown with that little hook thing. So I would keep that in mind. And, like, this might be while we have some space, or, like, we're in a situation where I'm not going to mind hearing a whistle. So let me take a minute and show you guys some of the other things that I do with the littler kids. Like looking for small containers that are cute that I can put things in. Have you seen these? I had these when I was a little girl. I saw them at the Amish store, and I had to buy them. They're like just little dogs that are on magnets, and you can make them do stuff because they're on magnets. So you would not believe how long these will keep a kid busy. Okay, then I like these little boxes because I'll just hand them. Now, we have all the cubes and I have them in a different thing. I'm just using this box because it's super cute for traveling and just like driving these 3 little cars in here. And they take them out and play with them, whatever, but I like having it, you know, kind of like contained. And then this is, I'm super careful with this one because I collected these guys over a long period of time. But they're all like the Cars Squinkies, and I have a ton of them, and like, I don't know, this like satisfies some like need inside of me to collect things. I love like looking for them and collecting them. I don't know. So that's that one. And then these little puzzle boxes, I actually have like a gazillion of them. I'm always buying them because they are like $1.50. They have Disney characters on them, and they are big enough to fit a lot of things in them. Like this little Donald guy, he's not tall enough to fit what the puzzle box can, but I have all of the Mickey ones, and I have the Goofy one too, which is all around the whole stuff. But like I said, you got to use him only for small things. So I just have Gumby and Pokey and a car in there, and I'll probably put a couple more cars in there. And I have boys, so when in doubt, cars. But the puzzle boxes are better because they're fatter and you can fit more stuff in them. So in this case, I have a bunch of Legos, which this is a really good box for my kids. Like this box will keep them busy. Full dentist appointment. So I'm sort of always doing this, and I have a lot of these little boxes, and I have a lot of little sets and stuff, and I rotate them. So I always have a different one in my bag, or it might live there for a couple of weeks and then I'll change it out. And my kids are like always good and quiet, and they always have toys to play with. I wanted to tell you guys too, I kind of mentioned it, but I want to make sure that you guys understand. Like I have these packed this way because I only have one child with me. But if I had 2 kids or 3 kids, I would have, or all of them, I would have like duplicates of the different things, or like things that make sense for them. So like, I probably wouldn't buy 3 Slinkies because that's a pain in the butt, but I might buy like 1 big Slinky and then 4 of those tiny Slinkies that are plastic. And then I would put that in its own like bag, like this size. And then I would pull that bag out and give everybody their own individual small Slinky, but then they'd have that big one to like share as well. And for something like this Play-Doh Man, I would just have 4 of those so that they could all play with them. And those 4 things would be in one bag. And so when I do that, when I have a bunch of kids with me, I will have like one bag like this that says like Monday. And then I'll have like 2 or 3 things in it to keep them busy just for that day. And then when Monday's over, if I have anything left in here that we didn't play with, I'll like transport it over to the Tuesday bag. And in the Tuesday bag, I would have like, you know, a kinetic stand for everybody, at least 1. I might have 2 for everybody. Like I decided to put that in there. I might have a couple of these little cases to open. I would have duplicates of all the candy, and when you have a bunch of kids like that, it multiplies, and so you need a bag for each day. So I would have arrival day and then 1 for each park. And then what that also allows you to do is, remember how I said like matching up the characters with the experience? Like if you're gonna do something where you're gonna see Donald, I mean, I know this is Scrooge, but if you're probably not going to see him around the park. But if you're going to see somebody, like, then you can plan better. Like, you're like, okay, for Haunted Mansion, I want to do like this little scary thing for in line. Like for like if you know you're arriving and your resort is movies, then you know the themes for the resort, for the movies resort, and you can easily pack, like, arrival day, you're gonna pack Toy Story stuff because you're staying in the Toy Story area, or you're gonna stay in the, you're gonna pack 101 Dalmatian stuff. And even if you don't know where you're staying, like, you can walk over and visit those areas. So this is kind of an easy one for me, so it's all this like lumped together in one bag. But I would, if I had more than one kid, I would definitely have like a Monday bag, a Tuesday bag, a Wednesday bag. And then as like we don't use things, I just move it to the end. And then I'll usually have a bunch of stuff that I come home with that we didn't use, and then I just keep that for the next trip. So I know it looks like I'm totally spoiling my kids, which I am. That's what Disney trips are for. And this stuff makes the in-between times something that they really look forward to, because they know, like, mom's gonna be playing with them, we're gonna be doing things. So that is why I really love it, and I think it really takes your trip to the next level. Enjoy!